610,000 followers, 388,000, 600,000, 229,000. That's 1.827 million followers. In this video, we're gonna go over exactly how I was able to get these pages to this amount of followers within a year and how you can do the exact same thing. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Beheza. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. Thank you for clicking on this video. This one, we're going to be going over exactly how I was able to get all of these followers within a year. I believe I started the first of these pages about 8 months ago. Now, I've been in the Instagram game for around 4 years, a lot longer than I have been growing these pages, but these have been my quickest growing pages, so I want to go over exactly what I did on these pages. Now, before we actually get into the things I learned and the different methods I used, I want to put two things out there. First of all, if you're actually interested in doing this, make sure you watch throughout the whole video. It wasn't just one of these tips that got me to this amount of followers. It was all of these things combined. So if you're actually going to be doing this, make sure you see all of these methods and watch throughout the whole video. And two, unfortunately, I cannot reveal these pages, the names of these pages, just because they are part of a company that I currently run. And if I do reveal the names, a lot of people watching this video, you can't blame them. They'll just be curious. They'll go on the pages just to check them out. And that's actually gonna mess up some of the marketing that we do. I use Facebook Pixel to target ads at people who are similar to the type of people who go on my page. So if a bunch of you guys go on those pages, it's gonna mess up that whole algorithm because they're gonna think you guys are the type of customer that would buy from those pages. So it's gonna mess up a bunch of marketing stuff for this company, so I cannot reveal them. I'm sorry. Alright, now that those two things are out of the way, let's just jump straight into this video. I'm actually super pumped about this one. A lot of the things I'm going to be talking about I feel like are going to be very helpful to a lot of people watching this video. If you're in the process of growing a page, if you're just starting out, if you're thinking about starting out, this video is going to help you a lot. So first things first, I want to get into how I kind of started all these pages from scratch and how I was able to get the ball rolling and start getting all of these followers. I started all of these pages from scratch except for one, which I bought when I was at around 40,000 followers. I saw that it was a page that was getting really good engagement, and if I took over the page, I knew that if I implement some of my strategies, it could be in the hundreds of thousands of followers in no time. So I DM'd the guy. He said, I believe it's like $350 for the page. I PayPal'd him, got the page, and right now it's one of the pages that's at 600,000 followers. So that worked out really nicely. But what about the pages that I started from scratch? For all of those pages, you might be surprised to hear that I began all of them with a follow for follow method. I mean, I know a lot of you guys watch different YouTube gurus that talk about Instagram, and all of them say that follow for follow sucks, it's not gonna work in 2019. But I'm here to tell you and have these followers to back it up that it does work, and if you do it correctly, you can get pretty far with it. Other people that are saying follow for follow doesn't work, they're actually partially correct. The regular way kind of doesn't, where you just follow a bunch of people and unfollow them right away. It's super spammy, doesn't really work. But there's a specific strategy that I use that I actually go over the whole strategy in one of my videos. If you go on my channel, go on the video that's titled Grow 1,000 Active Followers in a Week. If you go on that video, I actually talk about the specific follow for follow strategy that I use to grow all of these pages. So I don't really want to dive super deep into that strategy because I already did so in that other video. If you're interested in it, definitely check it out. But it's essentially what you're going to do is use that strategy to get to around 3,000 followers. And that 3,000 follower mark kind of blends into the next thing that I want to talk about. Follow for following your way to millions of followers is not a good idea. It'll probably never work. But what I found with all of these pages and with growing all of these pages is that the Instagram algorithm works in a way where pages kind of start to blow up between 2,000 to 5,000 followers. So for all of the pages that I grew from scratch, I've noticed that once I use that follow for follow strategy to get to around 3,000, anywhere from 2 to 5, my pages just begin automatically getting organic growth. That range is when I stop doing for follow and my posts just start getting on the explore page. It's weird, but it's how the Instagram algorithm works. And I feel like a lot of people fail with growing Instagram pages because they give up before they get to that 3,000 follower range. I mean, I know how it is. You know, you're posting all these posts, you're spending all of this time, you're not getting any followers. It's very easy to give up on Instagram. And if you get anything out of this video, it's that I hope you don't give up before you get to 5,000 followers, because I mean, that's when the pages start exploding and that's when you get the real growth. And getting to that point, it kind of sucks. I know it's a lot of work, but try to get to that point. And here's what I mean by pages blowing up. With all of my pages, it was in that 2,000 to 5,000 follow range where I can look back and see that there's one post that started everything. Usually what can happen in that range is that one of your posts can go viral, and when that happens, it's a game changer. You're gonna start getting exponential growth from there. I mean, it's kind of strange, but it's the way the Instagram algorithm works, and that's what happened with all of my pages. It was one post goes viral and suddenly the whole page's engagement changes. Suddenly all the stuff I post starts getting more and more likes, more views, and you start getting more followers. So that's why you really want to, hustle to get to that 2,000 to 5,000 follow range, because that's where pages really explode. The concept is actually exactly the same on YouTube. If you look at a lot of bigger channels on this platform, the ones that have like 1 million followers, if you go on their videos, you can see that they have a couple videos that really blew up, and that's where a majority of their followers came from. And if you look closely, after they posted that video that blew up, the videos that followed were all getting much more views, and it's the exact same thing on Instagram. And it might seem kind of random to have one of your posts blow up, it's kind of like an Instagram algorithm, there's not much you can control, but there actually is a lot that you can control. The first major thing you can do to increase your chances of getting that one post to blow up is that you got to be posting the most viral content. If you're a theme page, this is super easy. You go on pages that are very similar to yours and see what's working for them. You can scroll through their posts, see what kind of content is getting the most views on their pages, and repost the same exact type of content. And if you're running a personal page, also not very difficult. You go on people who are kind of similar to you, that are in the same niche. If you're a model, you go on other models' photos. If you're a cook, if you're a chef, you go on other chefs' Instagrams, and you see what content got the most views on their pages, and you kind of recreate that same type of content, but get your own twist on it. And the other major way of increasing your chances of getting that one post to blow up is to be posting a lot. And again, this depends whether you're running a personal page or a theme page. If you're running a theme page, you really have no excuse. You can be reposting 6 times a day. If you're running a personal page, I know that's going to be a lot more difficult. You can't be posting 6 times a day because you're creating your own content. But still try to at least post once a day. I mean, think about it. If you're posting 3 times a week, you have 3 chances of one of your posts blowing up. If you're posting 6 times every single day, 42. If you're posting 42 times a week, you have 42 chances of blowing up. That's like having 42 lottery tickets versus 3 tickets. I mean, you can drastically improve your chances of blowing up just by posting more. So how many times a day should you be posting? A lot. How many likes and comments are you gonna leave on this video? A lot. And even when you do start getting some traction, you shouldn't stop posting. You should continue to post a lot. And here's the reason for that. If I'll actually go into a recent post on one of these pages and show you guys the analytics for it. If you actually scroll down over here to this part that says discovery, in small letters here, it says accounts reach 96% weren't following you, which means 96% of the people who saw this post weren't following my page. Which means the more I post on these pages, the more new people are gonna see my posts, and the more new people can come and follow me. So you should never stop posting more. Post as much as you can. Oh, and there's actually something you can do in the caption that's gonna boost the conversion rate of people who see your post and then follow you. And it's kind of greasy. It's not a good look. If you're running a personal page, maybe don't do this. But if you're running a theme page, definitely go ahead and do this. It's to actually add follow and then add your username, whatever your username is, in the caption. I mean, think about it. If 95% of the people who see your posts aren't following you, by adding that follow at your username in your caption, it makes it a lot easier for them to go on your page and follow you, and you kind of plant that seed in their head that they should follow you. It really does help. Couple more things that I want to talk about in this video. First of them being hashtags. They really aren't as big of a deal as people make them out to be. I use the same hashtag list for like 6 months. There's people who say you should switch it up every single post, all these different things. In my experience, that wasn't necessary. I didn't spend like hours making the perfect hashtag list. I just threw a bunch of big hashtags in my niche into half of those, and then the other half small hashtags. And by big, I mean a lot of posts on those hashtags, and by small, I mean less posts on those hashtags, so it's easier to rank. But again, hashtags, use them, but they're not that big of a deal. Don't stress over them. Don't spend hours and hours trying to find the perfect hashtag list. It's not that serious. Last thing I want to talk about is stories. Definitely post stories. I mentioned this in a lot of my videos. It makes you appear more active. People are much more likely to follow you if they see that story ring around your profile picture. So definitely do that. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap things up for this video. Hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Thank you. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. I try to get back to all of your comments. And if you're interested in more Instagram videos, online business videos, make sure you subscribe. That's the kind of videos I make. Thank you again, and peace.